Hello, guys. Hello, all. It is Takidra, TK, Kiki, to my peeps. Everybody don't call me that. But most of all, um, as I tell you guys every week, I'm a servant. Um, so yeah, to those of you who have been watching, kisses. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your continuous support and words of encouragement, kind words, blessings to just keep moving forward. Thanks for your feedback. It is very much so appreciated. It's truly encouraging and bless you guys. To my new subscribers or first time viewers, this is my journey, my testimony, my walk. This is my experience and revelations as I just continue to get closer to God, to seek Him, and just get stronger in Him. I'm here to encourage others to keep up the good fight, and in doing so, this has encouraged me so much. So, again, thank you all for watching, for subscribing, and the kind messages I have received. With that being said, let's just get right into it, guys. Let's just talk about it. This is episode 4, and this week I want to talk about mental health. It's May, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and yeah, just want to be aware, guys. Talk about some things. Mental health is very much so real, very real. I feel in the black community it's so overlooked. However, in the past few years or so, I think we have come a very long way. Um, I'm 36. I think I told you guys that before. I just keep telling y'all my business. I'm 36, so yeah, I'm old, but not really old. I'm still kind of hip, so don't judge me, don't play me. Um, but I am kind of up there. I'm getting up there. I'm kissing 40. My parents and grandparents really didn't have that much knowledge and support when it came to mental health awareness, and mental illness. The different type of uh, stigmas and things like that that come with mental health. Well, it's not really stigmas. Like I said, it's real. The knowledge, it just was so much of a lack. It was very much so of a lack of knowledge there. But in their defense, I think as time went on and more studies were done, more information and resources were kind of put out there to start a movement and process towards towards mental health awareness. Mm. I feel that the lack of knowledge from my grandparents affected my parents, which in turn, you know, affected me. That's where we get the whole cycle of generational curses, and I applaud this generation. I applaud everyone that's really out there trying to break generational curses. We all need a hand clap. Everybody that's out there trying to make it happen. Round of applause. Round of applause. And it's such a heavy topic right now, and it's not easy. So don't stop what you're doing, because you're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your grandparents. You're doing it for your mother, your auntie, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your children, your future children to come. We just have to stop the toxicity in our families. Once we stop the toxicity in our families, then I think as a community of black people, or just people in general, we can heal. We can move forward in our healing process. So, what is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. We talk about choices every week, guys, so it's imperative that we keep that mental health. We're aware of what's going on with our mental and emotional health. Basically, if we aren't healthy mentally, it affects every aspect of our lives. Mentally, if we don't have it together, I don't see how we can be successful in life. You can argue with me down. You can come in the chat box. Hey, let's talk about this. Let's address this. But in my opinion, I feel that if we aren't healthy mentally, then I don't see how we can pretty much um, be successful in life. Okay. From my personal experience, and also my degree is in therapeutic recreation from the Southern University in Baton Rouge. Okay, and if you don't know anything about therapeutic recreation, basically, it is a form of therapy in the with it's therapy in the form of recreation, shall I say? So I was basically I did that for 4 years. I was a mental health technician, and I worked in mental institutions. So I've kind of seen the whole spot, the whole process of mental health and the, you know, different things that can kind of go on. Like I said, without you being aware of and trying to really stay healthy emotionally and physically, it is hard to function in your day to day life. We're so quick to sweep our mental health under the rug, guys. We have got to do better. So quick to just say, "Oh, I'm sad. I just don't feel like eating. It's been days or months, but I'll be all right. I'll keep it pushing. I'm not gonna complain." So then, guess what happens next? Physically, everything spirals out of control. Which, as I said, that's how your mental health, it just starts trickling down and affecting different aspects of your life. And so you let these issues fester in your mind. You create these physical symptoms in your body, which then adds to more mental issues like anxiety about your physical being. So it's just a continuous cycle, this hamster wheel. And something's got to be done about it. The problem is a lot of folks can't identify mental illness or signs of mental illness. So let's just mention a few signs. Like we talked about earlier, feeling sad all the times, or we know that to be depression. We can talk about that as being depression, or worrying all the time. That can be signs of anxiety. Then they have constant paranoia, excessive fear. You have withdrawal, social anxiety. You have excessive drug use, guys. That's a form of a mental. That's a sign or a symptom of mental illness. And inability to handle stress. If you're breaking under everything big, everything small, it's just so frustrating to you. You're not able to handle the day to day pressures of life. That's also a sign or symptom of mental illness. Sad but touching. And these are just a few, just to touch the surface. And if you're experiencing any of these things, I'm not a doctor. Your friends aren't a doctor. Your mother's not a doctor. Some of your pastors maybe hopefully they're, because I'm taking a Christian counseling course. If they're not accredited or they're not certified or licensed, then they're not counselors. So just because you're a pastor or a minister does not make you a counselor. You have to have those credentials. So if they don't have those credentials, sorry to tell you, though they may be in the church and they may pray for you, they're not a counselor. So yeah, I'm about to tell you guys my business. Let's do some confession time. Your girl, me, yeah, I've been to a therapist and I still go to one. Okay. And for the longest, I was ashamed and I was scared to admit it, but I needed help before I could even start my healing process. There's been some serious, serious trauma in my life. Trauma that I let fester and became serious physical ailments or things that I had to go. I was in and out of the hospital almost every week. Some of it was real, and some of it was just my mind. I would go there and thinking one thing, and it was literally stress tearing my body apart. My mind was in constant chaos, and it was affecting my body. I know for a few years, my doctor's bills, like, it's crazy. And I've heard, several testimonies about from people who have been through the same thing. So if you're out there and you keep going to the hospital and you keep getting back negative reports, but you still like, no, something is wrong. Check your stress levels. You know, because I can tell you what happened to me. Like I said, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a doctor. I'm only speaking from what happened to me. Mm-hmm. I couldn't recognize the spiritual healing I needed until I addressed my mental health. And I couldn't address it on my own, but I needed help, professional help, to address these things. After I received professional help, I was able to then take captive of those thoughts and really start to give them to God. And then I was able to really start my healing process. I had to stop talking to people, get professional help, and from that professional help, God was able to help me even more. And now, don't get it twisted. It's awesome to have friends who will listen to you, but I cannot stress the importance of being able to have a someone who who's a professional, who's a doctor, to really just help you. Your friends are going to be like, man, you're tripping, you know, just pray about it, or we're going to pray with you. And that's good. You may need that too. But you also need a doctor. You may need a doctor that can help you in ways that your friends can't help you. They can, give you different coping strategies your friends may not know about. Or if there's possibility of medication, prescribe you medication that your friends can't prescribe you, because a doctor, a professional, that's what went to school for. That's what they're degreed in, to give you that professional advice. Here's the thing: Christianity and mental health can get kind of tricky. Okay, that's why we're talking about professionals, because it can get kind of tricky. Christians can be kind of dismissive towards mental health sometimes. And let's not just say Christians, just ministers, evangelists. That's why we're professional. It can get kind of tricky at times if that's what you're feeling. You need professional. So sometimes it becomes a thing of, oh, you're just demonic forces and things like that, when their addictions are real, and yeah, it may be different spirits that could have led you there, but you're gonna need help to get out of those things. um you can't pray everything away, because that's another thing. Oh, we just gonna pray about it. And don't get the power of prayer. I have seen it do miraculous. I'm seeing it do miraculous things, especially in my life. But there, the Bible says faith without works is dead. scripture time. I told you guys, I'm going to always give you my experience and opinion, but we're going to come with scripture. And I'm not going to hit too, because I did say Christianity gets tricky, but let me show you something here. So let's go to James 2:14-26, and I'm reading from the New King James Version. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister is naked and destitute of daily food, and if one of you says to them, depart in peace, be warmed and filled, but you do not give them the things which are needed for the body, what does it profit? Thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. So when I read this, it means to me, get some help, sis, or bro, get some help. Take those meds. If medication is prescribed to you, it's prescribed to you for a reason. So go ahead and take those meds so you can get to feeling better. So that, maybe it's not a long-term thing, but it may be what you need right now. So take it, and by all means, be careful what you put in your body. Do your research. Make sure what you put in your body is healthy. There are a lot of things out there with adverse effects. Do your research. But I do believe that a lot of people will be like, I don't want to take this man-made stuff, this, that, and the other. But God is a creator. He's Elohim, means he creates all. So don't you think God gave them the knowledge to create whatever it is that's needed for you? Think about that. Well, that's how I think of it. So, do your research, but also trust God that what's being prescribed to you, if after you research it you find out it's something healthy, there's not being any recalls on it or anything like that, then maybe you should try this to see if it's going to make you feel better, if it's going to make you get better. And this goes for mental or physically. So in this season, especially with COVID, I've seen the importance of proper mental and emotional health techniques. Now, that may look different for each person, but everyone should learn to acknowledge triggers. Triggers are very much so real for me. Okay? Now, that means for me, it's like, what causes my anxiety? What causes depression for me? And find positive coping techniques and ways that I can take care of myself. And so some of those ways that I've looked that's been kind of helpful for me, especially since I've been having a lot of different Bible studies about, since it's a month of May and Mental Health Awareness Month, I've been to a lot of Bible series and Bible studies about mental health awareness and just taking care of yourself and good emotional health. And so I've started putting some things in place for myself. And so I just want to share some of those things. And one of the things that I've been learning to do is, the first one I've learned to do, and it sounds so simple, but it's really hard, guys, and it's rest. Rest is very, like, prioritizing rest. I'm actually inputting that in my schedule. We'll fill our schedule up with so much. And we actually had a Bible study where one of the ministers in my church was talking about our culture and how our culture has glorified busyness. Just everybody want to jam pack their schedule up with all of these things to do, and we're not putting the most important thing in there, which is rest, sleep and rest. Whether it's, if your body, me, I can't do a nap, but I can lay down. I can take my mind off things for a minute, and just, whether it's find a good TV show or a comedy show or anything positive to incorporate. Just rest, because when I'm tired, honestly, nothing works for me. Like, it could be eating, and I'm too tired to eat, and I'm frustrated about eating. So, rest has become vital for me. Like, yeah, I'm not playing about my rest anymore. One thing, I'm keeping the Sabbath. Today is Sunday. Um, I'm I've ate. I'm doing this with you guys, and that's it. That's what's working for me. Another thing I put in place. Mm, ooh, this is one for me, y'all. This is one. Setting boundaries. I've had to really, really, really learn how to set boundaries in my life. I'm a person who likes to be there for everyone. I'm a person who likes to know everything. um, and by doing that, and I'm also a person that likes to say yes. Like, I feel like by saying yes and I'm doing all these things, I'm being a good person. But what I found out, what I'm really doing is I'm drowning. I'm drowning without a whole life vest. And then sometimes people I say wouldn't even throw me one. But that's a whole another story. So I've had to learn how to really set boundaries. One of my two favorite words that I'm using right now is I digress and no. You People in my life, they're hearing me say that a lot. I digress. I digress. And what that means for me is when I say I digress is I'm backing off. You could be telling me something, um, and it's really not my business. When I say it's not my business, you could be telling me a problem, a situation, and asking me for advice. And instead of me giving you the advice, I'm going to say, I digress, and I'm going to pray for you so that I don't internalize those things. Because internalizing not just your own problems, but other people's problems will bring about some physical ailments too. So I can still pray for you and back up or back off or be focused on what God has called me to focus on, which if God has not caused me to, which is my business. Um, Me saying no. So me saying no is a way for me to take care of myself. If God has not sent it in my spirit, I'm learning it's okay to say no. Okay? If it is not sent from God, if it's not a task sent from God, and just know that I've been at work all day, I gotta come home, take care of my mom or my child, I can tell you no. No, that's not gonna quite work for me. Let's try again next week, next month, or just probably no. It's not. You might gotta go find somebody else. Look in that call log because somebody will help you, especially if it ain't sent from me. It might be will for somebody else to do it, or you just to do it yourself. So, yeah, no has been a good word for me. Oh, and I'll give you another gem that's helping me. Letting go. Which is this one is yeah, is letting go. Releasing. I found myself releasing more and more in this season. Releasing family, releasing friends, releasing thought patterns, just a lot of things. Just a lot of things. If God ain't say so, it must go. Like what they used to say when something's closing, or everything must go. If it's not sent from God, it's got to go because I have got to take care of myself in order for me to do His works. Mm. Y'all, I'm not perfect. Like, I truly, 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 truly need God. Like, that is my prayer some mornings when I can't say anything else. I'll just get on my knees and just say, Lord, I thank you, and I just need you. If I can't find the words, I'm just saying, I need you. I need you. I need you. Um, I'm sorry. Um, I need a spirit, and he truly humbles me. He's truly humbling me, and the things I'm telling you guys are things that he is still dealing with me in about. Um, like I say, it's a day to day process. It's a day to day walk that I just choose every day. Him, because he chose me. I know where I've been, mm, and I know what God can do. And all I want to do is just to share his power and his love with you guys, so that we all can be whole in all aspects of our lives, not just our spiritual man, but mentally and emotionally whole. And it's a war out here. Like, it's really real. I do believe in the end of times, and I do believe we are seeing signs, and it's a spiritual war. And if we don't take care of ourselves, how are we going to fight for him? So, that being said, I just want you guys to know that I love you guys. Oh, and I'm not going to end without this. If you do need help, or if you know someone that needs help, yes, you pray. You get on your knees and you pray, but there are also resources out here. And I want to give you the national website. It's www.smhsa.gov, or you can call 1-800-662-HELP. 4357 would be the numbers for that. All right, guys. So I am praying for healing and a peace of mind for everyone, for us all. Um, and I love you guys, and there's nothing that you can do about it.